Get ready for a week of mega hype for what looks to be a classic divisional playoff game between Lamar Jackson's Baltimore Ravens and Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills. MVP frontrunner versus MVP frontrunner. Jackson and Allen are each 2 wins away from their first trip to the Super Bowl. One problem, though, after slugging it out in Buffalo next weekend, the winner's reward is likely a road game versus the well-rested Kansas City Chiefs. Nothing is guaranteed, but the 2-time defending Super Bowl champs will be heavy favorites in their divisional playoff game versus the Houston Texans. Houston looked solid in its wildcard win Saturday over the Los Angeles Chargers, but that was just the Texans' second win this season versus a playoff team in 7 tries. The Texans were 0-3 on the road versus playoff teams, and that includes a 27-19 loss to the Chiefs 3 weeks ago. In that Week 16 contest, Patrick Mahomes passed for 260 yards and Kansas City rushed for 128 yards. Running back Isaiah Pacheco only had 9 carries in that game, which was just his 4th game back from the IR after suffering a fractured fibula in Week 2. With the extra rest the Chiefs have had, with the luxury of resting their starters in Week 18 after clinching the number 1 seed and then having a first-round bye, Pacheco could be ready to make a bigger impact. On the other side of the ball, Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo having extra time to prepare for an opponent does not bode well for C.J. Stroud and the Texans. And it doesn't help that Houston's leading receiver in the Week 16 meeting, Tank Dell, suffered a season-ending knee injury in that game. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid has been around the block enough and his team is experienced enough to stay focused on the next game and not overlook the Texans. Still, they've got to feel good about the idea that Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen will be locked up in a heavyweight bout next week. Jackson accounted for 45 total touchdowns, 41 passing, 4 rushing, and Allen accounted for 40, 28 passing, 12 rushing. While Saquon Barkley and maybe even Joe Burrow will get some MVP votes, most observers expect Jackson and Allen to finish 1-2. Jackson might be favored, but it's close.